unless you're a brand new coach, you've been in the game so long, you kind of already have a plan year in and year out about how you're going to address that. And the only thing that's going to change that is if you get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Then you have some time between that Wednesday night game and then the first section game. But if Willmar doesn't get that, we've been in that situation before, and Coach Conal will know. We got a short week to get ready for Tino Grace, and then we've got a short week to get ready for whoever we're playing in that Tuesday night section game as well.
Looks like that'll either be St. Peter or New Ulm. Most likely it would be those two teams, and they're both at home tonight. New Ulm at home against Jordan and St. Peter against Marshall, so neither of them have an easy game tonight either.
No, it's kind of wide open, especially if the Cardinals can take care of business these last 2 weeks and just see where the other teams fall, and it could work out for them, and they might end up hosting that play-in game.
Other games around the area tonight. Over on the train, we have the New London Spicer Wildcats. They're home against St. Cloud Apollo. ACGC is at KMS. BBE at Long Prairie Eagle. Holdingford at Painesville. Minnewaska at Albany. Montevideo at Piers. And RCW at New Ulm Cathedral. Some area games going on tonight. Also, the Cardinal boys soccer team has their section semifinals. The weather will be a little better tomorrow. They're planning to play at 2 in the afternoon. And we have a little rain in the forecast in the morning, but hopefully it's done by then. But they're going to play on a turf field at home tomorrow against St. Cloud Tech in the semifinals. They only have one loss. That was to Tech, but they have another shot at them here. It'll be a nice revenge game.
It sure would be, and as far as the rain, in soccer, I think it's kind of the same thing with football. The rain isn't that big a deal if it's not raining really hard. Yeah. It's the wind that messes up their passes when they're kicking the ball and so on, and trying to score the goals. So if it's not windy, it should be a great day for a game.
Yeah, looking forward to that then for the Cardinal boys soccer team. 2 wins away from a potential bid once again in the state tournament. Let's bring the starting lineup for the Willmar Cardinals your way. Offensively, the quarterback is number 18, Jordan Ellingson. The running back, number 2, Romero Trevino. The receivers, number 3, Tyler Evans. 5, Braden Fagerly. 7, Jackson Schnickels. And 17, Dylan Staska. Cullen Gregory will play some tight end in there also for the Cardinals. At Jonathan Ritz will see some time at tight end. The center is 64, Matthew Stray. The guards are 71, Maddox Bolstad, and 72, Gus Bluars. And the tackles are 75, Finley Donnellan, and 77, Hayden Venegay. Coach, the Cardinal D.
Starting for the Cardinals on defenses, they're playing just a little bit different look. They're playing with an extra linebacker, so like a 4-4 look. But on the defensive line, at one defensive end, number 77, Hayden Venegay, and at the other defensive end, number 60, Dante Castellano, and the 2 interior linemen at D tackle, number 85, John Ritz, and the nose tackle, number 44, Cam Champagne, getting a start inside instead of at defensive end. The 4 linebackers, number 51, Noah Sowie, number 22, Stephen Cruz, number 9, Cullen Gregory, and number 2, Romero Trevino. And in the secondary, at the rover, number 24, Carter Durkis. At the free safety, number 17, Dylan Staska. And at the cornerback, number 15, Ethan Riemersma.
Thanks for joining us here tonight for the Rambo pregame show. We're back with a kickoff in 2 minutes. Did you see the toss?
I did not. It was a little later than normal.
I can only assume whoever gets the ball, the other team deferred.
Yeah,
no way you take the ball.
Yeah, it was a little later than normal. We were talking by then, so
Yep,
I didn't.
Yep. Thanks for joining us for the Rambo pregame show. Be sure and join us for the WM halftime coming up as well. Cardinals will receive the football, so I can only assume that Chisago Lakes won and deferred, especially on a night like tonight. There are some teams who do take the football, but even those teams, what I would think, would defer on a night like this.
Yeah, and I think they wanted to have the wind at their back in the first quarter, too, to help them with their pass game. They don't pass a lot. They've only passed 34 times the entire season, but they're going to rely on play action because they run the ball so heavily, and those are the types of plays that can be big for an option offense, a triple option offense, where you just keep going, 4 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 5 yards, and then play action, and you catch the defense maybe peeking in the backfield, and that turns out to be a big play.
Yeah, kind of what they did last year against the Cardinals with just 4 pass completions, but for a 100 and let's see, what was it? 4 pass completions for 87 yards. So they're going down the field when they do throw the football. Just about ready to kick it away. The Wildcats of Chisago Lakes, white jerseys, gold helmets, green pants, and a gold and green stripe on their shoulders, green numerals and gold trim. The Cardinals in their gray alternate jerseys tonight, red pants, red numerals, white trim, and of course their white Cardinal helmets with a stripe through the middle and the Cardinal logo on the left-hand side. They kick it off from the far side. Left to right goes Chisago Lakes. Cardinals retreat and take the kickoff deep. With the wind certainly helping, and they'll just have to bring it out to the 20-yard line. Nice catch on the retreat that time, but couldn't keep the momentum out of the end zone just as well that time. 1st and 10 for the Cards, so take over at their own 20. Going into the wind here in the first half. Any first down's a good one on this opening drive.
Absolutely, and the Cardinals just want to establish the run game. We heard Coach Conal talk about that in these conditions and hold on to the football. So if they can grind out some first downs here and get across midfield, and if they can't finish the drive, at least punt it and flip the field.
Empty backfield, that doesn't mean pass. Ellingson, a good scat pack type of runner himself. He's in the shotgun, claps his hands, does look to throw. Over the middle, now he'll flush the pocket, scramble out to the right side, back to the line of scrimmage a bit further, turns it upfield as he finds the corner with some speed, and finally steps out of bounds with first down yardage, 11 yards on that first down carry by Ellingson.
A heck of a job by Ellingson there as he broke to the right side of the formation, and the coverage was good for the Wildcats, but the tackling not so good there as he was able to make a couple of guys miss and get the edge and pick up a first down for the Cardinals.
1st and 10, Cards. That's that first down. Into the wind here and the rain. Single back is Trevino, offset to the right of Ellingson, the QB. 2-by-2 with your receivers. Has the snap, hands it off. Here's Trevino, his first carry. Comes near side, slips a tackle, out to the 35, dragging guys out to the 38-yard line. Call it the 39 even. 8 yards on that first down carry for Trevino.
Good physical run by Trevino there. Nothing open in the middle, bouncing it to the outside and running through an arm tackle and then dragging one of the Wildcat defenders for an extra 3-4 yards and putting the Cardinals in a great situation at 2nd and 2.
At the 39. Now the H-back right, and Trevino offset that side as well. Ellingson has the snap. He'll give to Romero. Cuts it back to his right. Has first down yardage. Approaching midfield. Finally dragged down at the 49-yard line. 10 more yards on that carry for Trevino.
Another good run by Trevino as the middle was plugged up again, and he was able to bounce it to the outside. The Cardinals trying to run that time their inside isolation play, or they call it Colt, where they're leading up with that H-back on one of the linebackers, but the Wildcats plugged it up pretty good, but Trevino finding an opening around the corner.
Gregory, H-back right. And 4 receivers. Oh, there's a high snap. That's going to be a tough day to get that shotgun snap. And Ellingson just hustles back and falls on the ball, but all the way back at the Cardinal 34-yard line. 15 yards on the loss on a bit of a high snap there.
And that's exactly what the Cardinals didn't want or didn't need. They had a good drive going. The momentum was working for them. The ground game was chewing up some yardage, and now they're way behind the sticks here at 2nd and 25.
Boy, that center position in the shotgun spread offense is crucial and difficult as it is, and the rain just makes it even more so with a slick ball. Fake the give. Ellingson will keep himself, works the middle of the field out to the 39. He gets 5 of the lost 15 back on that carry, and that'll make it 3rd and long for the Cardinals back at the 39, 20 yards to go.
Well, like Coach Conald said in the pregame, most teams or both teams may not want to punt much. If you're kind of close, you're going to go for it. So they don't necessarily need to get all 20 yards on this. If they could pick up 12 or 15 here, then they might go for it because they'd be in Wildcat territory.
Yeah, and reasonable down and distance at that point. At the 39, H-back left, Trevino offset right, 2-by-1 near side with your receivers. Ellingson has a good snap, wants to throw, looks up the far side, has a man that's complete to Trevino on that wheel route up the far side. He fell as he caught it, so they'll mark him about 2 yards shy, but 18 yards on the completion.
So that's exactly what we were talking about. They're in a position now where it's manageable, 4th and 2. And the Cardinals running just a great play. It's such a hard play to defend because it's a linebacker that has to try and cover the running back out of the backfield. And the angle is bad for him, and a lot of times the running back's going to be a little speedier than that linebacker.
4th and 2. Ellingson ready, H-back left, running back the near side as well. Here's the give to Trevino on 4th down. He has it. Boy, the Cardinals overcome a 2nd and 25 with 2 big plays here. Inside the 40 of Chisago Lakes, down to the 38, 5 yards and a 1st down.
Great job by the Cardinals offensive line, especially on the interior. So it looked like they were able to get a really good push there on their double teams, and Trevino didn't make contact with any of the Wildcat defenders until he was about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 now, Cards at the 37. Ellingson, the shotgun, has the snap. He gives again. Trevino up the middle, this time stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Big man in there was Logan Bender, their inside linebacker at 6'4" and 230 to stand him up in the hole. No gain.
Also in on the tackle, a DN number 42, Riley Estes, getting up from the bottom of the pile there as well.
2nd and 10. Cards on the ball. H-back left with Gregory. Running back this side also. 2-by-1 near side. 2 wideouts in a slot. Ellingson has the snap on 2nd and 10. Here's the toss to Trevino. Sticks his foot in the ground, tries to get upfield, but good recovery speed again there. That's Lavelle coming over from his linebacker spot. Evan Lavelle, the 220-pound senior, will call his name quite a bit, carrying the football as well. Just 2 yards here for Trevino.
Good pursuit by the Wildcat defense on that play as the Cardinals trying to get the corner with that speed option that they run. I thought Ellingson maybe pitched that ball a little too soon. The key to running that speed option is that you have to press that guy that you're reading. You can't pitch the ball before he's made a decision because that takes away your option when that happens.
3rd down coming up, 7:28 to go 1st quarter. We're back in a minute. Good drive, though.
Yeah, again, this is 2-down territory.
Yeah. Threw that right into that northeast wind. You know, good catch, too, to adjust to that football for Romero to kind of stop on it.
It was, yeah. That's such a hard play to defend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's usually an inside linebacker that's got to try and come from that spot to cover that guy. That's a big ask.
Yep. Shucks. I wish they'd make timeouts a minute and a half. Oh. Well, shucks, 3rd and long, another high snap. Ellingson tried to grab it. He couldn't. Chisago Lakes scoops it up, and they will score at the other end. Picking up the football and running in Bryson Morley, junior linebacker there for Chisago Lakes. The snap was high. He scooped it up at about midfield and runs it in from there for the touchdown for Chisago Lakes. And wow, that's just hurts so much. It's hard to snap the ball in these conditions. The second one on the drive that got away. Jordan able to cover the last one, not this one.
You know, it's just crazy how the football bounces, too. As Jordan was running back there to try to scoop that ball up and make something out of it, the ball was kicking around all over the place. And then when he wasn't able to recover it, the kid from Chisago Lakes comes running by, and it's just laying there flat for him, easy for him to scoop and score on that play.
And they will go for 2 here, it appears, or are they going to kick? We haven't seen the offense yet, so I'm not necessarily sure. I would think probably going for 2. The quarterback, Gavin Lewis, is on the field, the 6'1 senior. Oh, he's the holder. They're going to try the kick here. Morley will do the kick. He just scored the touchdown.
I think they have to take a timeout here as they were a little confused as to maybe who had the tee and what they were doing, going for 1 or 2.
We scored? Yeah, you got to look around for it. So, timeout on the field here called by Chisago Lakes. Back with the extra point in 30 seconds. Ah, shucks. Ah, gone.
It's exactly what you didn't want to happen.
All right, here we go. Chisago Lakes is out again. Morley will do the kicking, the junior. Junior, 155-pounder, just ran back that touchdown. And can't quite get the hold down. It is going to be tough to kick the football. The extra point, no good. Unfortunately, a Cardinal player down on the field as well here after the snap. 6-0 Chisago Lakes, 7:16 to play first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
I didn't see what happened there.
I didn't either. Can you see who it is?
No, I can't.
Play was over. He was laying face down. That's all I saw.
Maybe you get kicked in the head by the kicker?
Oh, well.
I don't know.
Man down still on the field for the Cardinals. Haven't been able to identify him just yet.
I think it's Dylan Staska, he's up and walking under his own power here to the sideline. Looks like he's going to be okay.
That's good to see. Flexing a right arm a little bit. Maybe got hit on the elbow and got a stinger or something like that. So they'll bring him off. And the Cardinals will receive the kickoff after they just had the football for quite a while. They're going to get a chance with it offensively here again. So something is up. Stray's got to figure it out a little bit here on the snaps. Here's the kickoff. And more of a squibber, but it scoots past the Cardinals' return men and into the end zone, so they'll have it first down and 10 at their own 20 again.
Well, the Cardinals had a good drive going that the last time they were on offense. There's no reason they can't do that again.
Yep.
You know, the run game was working. They tried to pass the ball a couple of times, completed a nice pass to Trevino, setting up that 4th and 2 they were able to convert. So it's just a matter of putting that aside and just focusing on what's ahead right now and getting another drive going.
Yeah, can't do anything about the last drive. That's over. So, on the ball, near side hash. Ellingson, shotgun QB, H-back right, 2-by-1 to the far side with the receivers, running back right as well. It almost looks like a pistol formation. Here's the give. This is Trevino. Looks inside, bounces it outside, and Chisago Lakes had that covered. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Much better tackle that time by the Wildcats. Number 26, Bryson Morley, made the tackle on Trevino that time as he tried to bounce it outside and pick up some extra yardage.
2nd and 10. Schnickels will go wide to the far side. And it looks like Fagerly to the near side. 2-by-2 this time. 4 receivers. Single back. 2nd and 10. Ellingson has the snap. He'll give to Trevino. Cuts it back against the grain again. Didn't like the look of it wide. managed to pick up a short gain this time, a couple of yards, to make it 3rd and 8.
Probably a good decision by Trevino there, as it looked like the Wildcat defense had that kind of strung out to the outside, and he might have lost yardage if he had continued to try to press it to the outside. He put his foot in the ground and cut it up inside and at least got some positive yardage there.
3rd down here for the Cards, about 8 to go. 6:10 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Chisago Lakes. Ellingson in the shotgun. Trip receivers, far side. That's the shorter side of the field, the ball near the middle. Ellingson looks to throw near side, though, for Schnickels, and a little bit long for him. He was the single man on this side. Or was that Fagerly down here, Coach? Burgess, number 4, the receiver that was the single receiver on the near side.
Not quite sure. Number 3, Tyler Evans.
I was going to name every receiver. Of course, he was the last one I named. So 4th down here for the Cards. 8 to go, deep in your own end. They will punt here.
I had looked on that pass play. Evans had gotten some separation from the defensive back, but the ball was thrown a little bit to the inside, and he wasn't able to adjust to it and make the catch.
Gregory ready to take the snap and punt the ball. A good snap, helmet high. He catches and hits a line drive to try and keep it out of the wind. This is going to get some solid net yardage into Chisago Lakes territory. Down at the 48-yard line. So, 30 yards net into this wind in these conditions, so take that.
Yeah, that's a good solid punt, and not only that, it keeps them from getting a chance to return it. And, anytime you can take the ball out of your opponent's hands, that's a good thing.
Quarterback is number 7, Gavin Lewis, a senior, second year as a starter. Last year he came in against the Cardinals for the first time, so about a year and a half. The fullback is 44, Evan Lavelle. He's their leading ball carrier on the season. I think I called him a halfback in the pregame interview with Coach Conald. He does play the fullback. 897 on the season, 6.6 yards per carry, and 12 touchdowns. With the full house backfield, double tight. No wide receivers. Here's the give. Halfback right, goes through the left side, picks up first down yardage. That's Carson Langevin there, picks up about 11.
Just off-tackle power, similar to some of the plays that Hutchinson runs out of Wishbone. They get tight end and tackle double teaming on the defensive end. One of the backs is kicking out the outside linebacker, and the other back is leading through on the inside linebacker trying to scrape over to make the play.
Lewis under center. Wishbone backfield, fullback, 2 halfbacks offset to his right. Here's the turn and the give. This is the left half this time, and then through on the right side and down to the 35-yard lines of the Willmar Cardinals. Jaden Green, the ball carrier there, and he picks up about 7.
Same exact play as the previous one, only it goes to the right instead of the left. That double team kick out, the other back leading through the hole.
Under center once again. This time they take the halfbacks and set them between the guard and tackle on each side. More of a wishbone look with 2 wingbacks here. And the fullback, of course, Lavelle. Here's the give. That is to Lavelle. He takes it through the middle. First down yardage inside the Willmar, they'll say down at the 35 yards and a first down. His first carry of the series.
Got kind of a look for the first time the conditions of the field a little bit as Lavelle broke through the line there trying to make a cut and lost his footing and only picked up 5 yards instead of what could have been maybe 15.
We're starting to see some darker portions on the field as it gets chopped up a little more. Most of this first quarter has been spent on the south end of the field. And I think the Cardinals jumped a little early here. There's a flag down to stop the play. And just motion against Chisago Lakes, so 5 yards back them up. They drew the Cardinals off. So that'll make it first down and 15 back at the Willmar 34-yard line.
Well, you're hoping the Cardinals can take advantage of this. I know it's only a 5-yard penalty, but against an offense like this that likes to rely heavily on the run, if you can put them behind the sticks, that makes it more difficult for them to sustain drives.
First and 15 here. Again, the wishbone look more with the 2 halves set up as wingbacks. They ran out of this formation the first time they ran it. And they'll do that again here with Lavelle. Obviously, they ran it, but they ran it with a fullback is what I meant. And it's Lavelle again here down to the Willmar 27-yard line, about 7 yards just straight through the middle.
Lavelle, he's kind of a load, and I think the Cardinals are going to have their hands full with him. He had, as you said, about 107 yards against the Cardinals last year on 17 carries at 6'2" and 220 pounds. He's going to be tough to tackle.
Second and long 7 here. Back to the wishbone look with the halfbacks offset behind the fullback. Long snap count at the line under center. The give again to Lavelle straight through the middle, and he pushes along with his lineman. They're still on their feet, driving down to the Willmar 15-yard line. A pickup on the play that time of about 14 yards.
It's kind of a massive rugby scrum there as 3 or 4 Cardinals defenders stood up Lavelle, but then 2 or 3 of his offensive linemen got on the pile behind him and gave him a big push, and they picked up about 4 or 5 extra yards on that.
Down to the Willmar 15, first down and 10 here for the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes, their first offensive possession. Double tight, 3 running backs. No receiver look. Here's the turn and the give. Bouncing it to the near side, heading for the corner, diving for the end zone and in for the touchdown. That's Green, the ball carrier, down here to the near side, and Chisago Lakes scores into the near side corner.
Well, this game is kind of starting out like last year for the Cardinals, down 12-0 pretty early here, still 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And Coach Conald was talking about trying to get a fast start, and it looked like the Cardinals were going to do that on that first drive as they were picking up good chunks of yardage in the run game, and then just had the errant snap that caused them some problems, and the scoop and score for the Wildcats.
Going for 2 this time. Chisago Lakes, honestly, I was surprised they tried to kick the ball on the first one. They must like their kicking game. They'll try for 2 here and to extend their lead. Here's the turn and the give off the left side. I think the Cardinals stopped them short. They did. So the 2-point try is no good as they handed it off to Langevin, and he went off the left side. Cardinals stood him up. But Chisago Lakes on the board. They lead the Cardinals now 12-0. 2:09 to play first quarter. Back in 30 seconds. Welcome back. Chisago Lakes will kick it off here. Just kind of one of their bread and butter plays there, Coach, wasn't it?
Yeah, they really didn't do a whole lot on that offensive series. Just power left, power right, a little fullback dive to the right and the left, and that was about it.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we were going to see from them. Everything that I looked at on film, that was the base of their offense.
Here's the kickoff. They've certainly been kicking them deep. Fielded by the Cardinals back at about their own 5. Back to the 10, to the 15, working far side, making guys miss. Burgess, the run back, out across the 20. Call it the 22-yard line. First down and 10 for the Cardinals right there.
Good run back for the Cardinals. Burgess able to make a couple of guys miss and almost busting through on that right side and taking that return almost to the house.
They'll spot the football at the 22. Cardinals call that first play here on the sideline with Coach Conald and break the huddle and come out. Schnickels will go wide to the far side. Evans, the wide man, near side with Burgess in the slot. 2-by-1, Gregory, H-back, right side. And is that Carlson in as the running back on this series, Coach?
I believe it is, yep.
Shotgun set here for Ellingson. Cardinals down 12-0. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Has the snap. This is the give to Carlson. Straight into the middle. Not too much there. Couple of yards. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe lost a yard. Second down and 11.
One of the defensive tackles, or defensive lineman, Connor Fredrickson, 6'3", 225 pounds for the Wildcats, was able to get a stalemate at the line of scrimmage and come off his block and stop Carlson for a loss of 1.
Trip receivers near side. Single man far side. Carlson, the running back, with Ellingson. Awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. Here's the fake on the give. Rolling this side is Ellingson. He wants to throw. Now he wants to run. turns it upfield, makes a guy miss, and managed to step quickly along the sideline and pick up a couple of more yards. After making the man miss, he'll gain to the 27, 7 yards on that carry by Ellingson.
Yeah, nice job by Ellingson. Unfortunately, again, we got another Cardinal down on the field. Let's hope it's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
Can't tell who it is, but it looks like it might be one of the offensive linemen here.
So a man down on the field, and they'll huddle here. Well, the Cardinals are moving the football. They're getting some good gains on the ground. Ellingson seems to be doing a nice job of recognizing whether he should throw or run. They just need to, keep it going on this drive. They could use a touchdown here.
Yeah, they really could. They got to get some momentum back like they had on that first drive, and in order to do that, they got to pick up a first down and a first down and a first down and sustain this drive, and hopefully there won't be any more bad snaps or anything like that, and the Cardinals can put one in the end zone.
Yeah, they seem to be executing what they want so far. I mean, this is right in the Cardinals' game plan, I would think, offensively so far.
Well, it absolutely is, and it's just going to be a matter of finishing the drive. That's all that the Cardinals have to do. They were efficient on that first drive. They ran the ball well. They threw the ball well, and now they just got to finish off the drive and get some points on the board.
Yeah. Still have not yet identified the Cardinal player down on the field. 12-0 for Chisago Lakes. A minute 13 to go. First quarter, back after this.
I think it's Matt Stray.
That's it?
Yeah, because I see Brady Murphy over with the offense there.
Oh. Well, that's why I didn't say specifically. Give me a minute here to begin with.
Sure. Okay, just let me know.
Yep. Is that the play right now?
No.
Oh.
I just want to see what's going on with this snap there.
Yeah. Give me another 30.
Kind of short arming the snap here, and that's making it sail.
Yep. He's worried about getting over on the big man.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it is, Matt.
Yep. Nope, that's good. We'll take it.
Looked like he got clipped a little bit by his own guy.
Welcome back. Big third down here for the Cardinals. Matt Stray getting a little help coming off the field. They'll check him out here on the sideline. So third down, about 4 for the Cards. Man in motion is Burgess from left to right. Here's the fake on the give. He wants to throw to Burgess far side, but couldn't quite get a good grip on it. It doesn't appear as the ball died on its way out to the outside the hash, far side. A long throw from the pocket there, and it falls incomplete. And it looks like the Cardinals will bring the punt team on.
Yeah, Burgess might have had a chance to pick up the first down there, but in these conditions, throwing it into the wind with the ball being wet, it's kind of a tough throw, and it just came up a little bit short.
Gregory to punt. 30 yards net on his first punt. Take that again right now. Enough to make Chisago run more plays, back him up some, see if he can't get off a good one here. Good snap again, about knee high, and hits the punt. End over ender comes near side and lands out of bounds right at midfield. So 23 yards net on this punt into that wind. And again, you'll take it. A solid kick once again there for Gregory. But time for the defense to make a stand or try and get the football here, but I don't think Chisago turns it over much. I didn't see any evidence of that on the stats, at least.
No, I did not see that either. They had a couple of interceptions, but it doesn't look like they had too many fumbles lost. And, the Cardinals defense has to put their foot in the ground here and make a stop. And I would say they got to get a 3-and-out, but really against this team, you got to get a 4-and-out because if they're close, they're going to go for it.
Especially at this point in the field as well here, starting at midfield.
We'll see if the Wildcats take advantage of the wind at their back for these last 59 seconds and try to attempt to pass, too.
Haven't yet, so we'll see. Wingback, 2 of them this time. Double tight as well. Lavelle, the fullback. Under center, as always. Man in motion and a flag down. back judge threw it, so that makes me think a play clock violation. He's the guy that keeps the time. I wasn't looking back there. And it is delay of game here against the Wildcats. So make it first down and 15. And that's part of the strategy, though, for Chisago, right? I mean, they're trying to chew the clock. You don't want to obviously get a penalty, but they're not that concerned about running the play clock with 15 seconds left on it.
No, they're not. You know, they as good as they've been on offense, they haven't been great on defense. They give up a lot of points. So anything they can do to shorten the game and keep the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Under center, again, is Lewis. He'll give to Lavelle on the fullback dive right up the middle. He got the 5-yard penalty back and maybe a couple of feet more. Second down and nearly 10.
Just more of the same stuff that we saw on their first drive. Fullback dive on that first play. I'm guessing we're going to see power, and we're going to maybe see a toss sweep or a counter thrown in there. But those are the plays that are the bread and butter of their offense.
Two wingbacks look again here. More of that wing T with the fullback. Double tight as well, one to each side. The give again to Lavelle in the middle, and he burrows his way down for about a 4-yard gain. No, they're going to mark him back a little, saying that his knee touched down before he landed with the football. So give him 3 yards to the 47. That'll make it 3rd and 7.
Well, the Cardinals playing with a 6-man defensive front here, now subbing in and playing a 5-man front with 3 linebackers. Before, on that last couple of plays, it was a 6-2 look. As the Cardinals trying to change things up to slow down this run game.
The safeties for the Cardinals are only 9 yards off the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the first quarter. Our score, Chisago Lakes 12, the Cardinals nothing. Back with a second quarter in 1 minute.
Well, the huddle sideline's working tonight.
On a positive note.
Yeah.
Beautiful 68-degree evenings, nothing. Nasty
That's
40
right.
degrees and howling wind and rain. Oh, it works perfectly.
Exactly. Technology's great till it isn't.
That's right. Well, we talked about the Cardinal defense needing to stand up. Here's a good spot on 3rd and 7.
It really is. If they can, keep them to a minimal gain on this play, they got a good chance of stopping them on 4th down. Because I would assume that the Wildcats might go for it.
At the Willmar 47. Wingback look again here. 2 of them. Fullback set deep. Not that deep, though. 4 yards behind the quarterback. Here's the turn and the give. It's the fullback dive again with Lavelle still on his feet, and he'll pick up the first down yardage. Down to the Cardinal 37-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup, but a first down.
Yeah, this drive so far, it's just been the fullback Lavelle, right, left, and just a straight-ahead dive. The Wildcats' offensive line putting a hat on a hat, and Lavelle finding creases and picking up yards.
He's a horse at 6'2" and 220. Now the wishbone look with the halfbacks instead of as wingbacks, and the give to Green, the left half, and then he goes off the right side, off tackle there, and gains a 34-yard line, 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Good job by the Cardinals defense. In against that type of run play, that power play, the defensive end, when he feels that double team, that pressure from that double team, it's better if he just drops to the ground and makes a pile and doesn't get driven back, because if you get driven back, you're preventing your linebackers the opportunity to scrape over that double team and come and make a tackle. So I'm sure that Coach Courtney, who's calling the plays for Coach Carlson, who's up in the box, is going to talk to him about that. If you feel like you're getting driven off the ball, you got to get on the ground so that our linebackers can scrape back and forth and make plays.
Get in the mud. That's why you've got a hand in the mud to begin with, right?
That's right.
Just
exactly.
keep moving forward. Stay that low in order to at least not give up ground, as you just referenced. Timeout in the field, I think. Who was it, Coach? Chisago Lakes?
It was the Cardinals
defensively. Call the timeout. Back in 30 seconds.
Well, that's not helping much, though.
What is that?
I'm not sure what he's filming here, but it's not the game.
It is not.
Must be having some some issues with the rain cover.
Yeah. Well, Coach, it's interesting that you talked about guys getting down and getting low, and moments later a timeout called defensively by the Cardinals. Maybe a little discussion about that very thing.
I think there might be, because that's what you're going to have to do against this Wildcat offense is you can't get blasted off the line of scrimmage. You've got to get down and get lower than them, and even if that means just getting on the ground and making a pile. 2
wingbacks this time, and they'll give to Lavelle anyway, off the left side. This time they stand him up at the line of scrimmage and shove him back. Gregory in on the tackle for the Cardinals, along with a host of others. No gain here. He'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. The Cardinal defense with another opportunity here to try to get a stop and get the ball back for their offense.
3rd down, about 5 or so to go, maybe 4. Near side hash with it. Wing back, left and right, fullback as well. Double tight. 1 on each side. Man in motion this time. Green, the jet motion, but they give to Lavelle inside. That's just a little eye candy trying to slow the Cardinals down. He gets inside the 30, but short of the 1st down. Needed 5 and got 4, so 4th down and a yard.
So here's that opportunity. I know it's 4th and only a yard here, but if the Cardinals can get a stop, that's going to hopefully swing the momentum back in their favor, and they can put a drive together and get some points on the board.
Lewis has not run with the ball yet, and he still won't as he turns and hands it off inside again. They stood him up, not much of a gain, but they didn't need much, and it will be a 1st down. Needed about a yard and got 2 again to Lavelle up the middle.
Yeah, he's going to be tough to stop. We've been talking about it these last couple of drives at 6'2", 220 pounds, and in these conditions, that you're going to see a lot of him, the Cardinal defense.
Up on the football, Chisago Lakes. Wingbacks to each side. The right wing is actually off the tight end to the far side, so a little wider set for him. Lavelle in a 3-point stance. They'll give again to Lavelle up the middle. That time he could have pulled and had the jet motion halfback coming around this side, but so far the quarterback has been content to give the ball, but that's an option for him, right?
That was a little bit different look that time. The previous plays have all been, just fullback dive right and dive left. That time it was more of a veer look, kind of an outside veer where there was the option to pull it and run the true triple option.
And here's that formation again that they just ran with the motion and then fake the pitch and up the middle, and that's Lewis, and he'll score. So they got the Cardinals spread out defensively, and they had one guy who had to tackle 2 guys, and that isn't going to work, and it's a 24-yard touchdown for Chisago Lakes.
Yeah, that was the same exact play that they ran on a previous one, that outside veer look where the fullback, instead of going straight up the middle on the dive, and quarterback just turning and giving it to him, he's veering wider and he's trying to go out by where the tackle is lined up, and then the quarterback is reading the defensive end, and if the defensive end bites on the dive, then he's going to pull it and run the triple option part of it. And that time, you're right, the Cardinals only had 1 defender out there to try and stop both the quarterback and the pitch guy.
They'll go for 2 here with that set again with the right half or wing back set up outside the tight end on the far side. He comes in motion then, and they just give it to Lavelle, the fullback up the middle, and he converts the 2-point play. So Chisago Lakes on the board once again, and they now lead the Willmar Cardinals by a score of 20-0. 8:53 to go first half. We're back in 30 seconds.
Yeah. The DN crash on the dive, that's an easy read.
Yep. Welcome back. So because Chisago Lakes had run dive all the way down the field, that's what opens it up then for him to run to the outside and run that option.
It really does, and you have to be so disciplined defensively. When you're playing against an option team, a triple option team, you have to assign 2 defenders to stop the dive. Usually that's your defensive tackles and your inside linebackers. You got to assign 2 defenders to stop the quarterback. That's usually the defensive end and a secondary player, and then 2 to stop the pitch guy as well.
Squib kick into the wind this time, picked up by the Cards at about the 22 and a little more than that. Call it the 27, 28-yard line. First down and 10 for the Cardinals there. So now they need the offense to make something happen and finish off a drive here as they get the football back, but now down 3 scores.
Yeah, the Cardinals really do need to get something going here and put some points on the board. Giving that ball back to the Wildcats offense, so far the Cardinals defense is having a tough time stopping them, we just want to try to eliminate or limit the possessions that they have.
Cardinals up on the ball. 2-by-2 with the receivers. Trevino back in there as the running back. He'll fake the ball here. Ellingson will keep it himself. Comes out to the near side. Makes his way out to the 36-yard line. 6 yards on that first down carry for Ellingson.
Nice job by Ellingson reading that play. That's a wrap play that the Cardinals have had some success running this year. And the counter to that is the dart play where the running back is faking one way and the quarterback is reading the defensive end. And if the DN chases Trevino, then he pulls it and runs. And that's what they did on that play.
H-back right. Tailback right. He has the ball. That's Trevino working to the left side then and hit at the line of scrimmage. And then everybody tries to push and get him to move forward or backward and stood up. Whistle blows, 38-yard line. Just a yard on the play will make it 3rd and 3.
Cardinals running their counter play. Backside guard pulling and the H-back following him. Backside guard, typically when they pull in that counter play, is going to kick out the DN. But again, that time we saw the guard seal the defensive end because he had closed in, and then Gregory, the H-back, just led him around the corner for a yard gain.
3rd down here for the Cards. 2-by-2 with the receivers. Ellingson has the snap, wants to throw, looking near side. They set up the screen, but it's deflected by one of the linemen for Chisago Lakes. Tipped that in the air. That was defensive tackle Connor Fredrickson there, who got a hand up and deflected the screen pass, and so 4th down here for the Cards.
Well, offensively, the Cardinals just can't seem to get anything going their way right now after that first drive. The screen pass was set up really nice, and the defensive line had bit and was chasing Ellingson, and one of their guys just happened to get a finger on it and tipped it away from Trevino. It could have been a big play for the Cardinals. 4th
and 2. They'll go for it here at their own 38-yard line. Coach Conal deciding to make a stand on the play right here on 4th down. Man in motion is Gregory. He slides from right to left. Ellingson has the snap. He'll give it to Trevino. He follows Gregory, and he has the first down. Big 4th down conversion there. Out to the 44, 6 yards on the carry. Move Gregory in there, an extra body, and open a hole for him.
You know, that was a message call by Coach Conal there, telling his team, hey, we got to get something going here. So it's kind of bull our necks a little bit and get after it on the offensive line and pick up this first down, and then let's finish this thing off.
1st and 10 now at the 44. Ellingson shotgun. Has the snap. He'll give to Trevino, working the left side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Managed to bounce ahead from there. Give him a couple of yards to the 46.
Nice job by Trevino there, finding some room around the left side and picking up positive yardage on that first down play.
6:40 to go here, first half. 20-0 for Chisago Lakes. Cardinals fresh off a 4th down conversion, trying to keep the drive going here on 2nd and 8 at their own 46. 2-by-2 with your receivers. Far side hash the football. Ellingson has the snap. He'll give to Trevino. He'll come near side. Tries to cut it back up inside, but good pursuit by the Wildcat defenders. Bender again from his inside linebacker position there for the stop. No gain.
It was really good pursuit as there was 3 guys there waiting for Trevino as he tried to turn the corner, pick up yardage, and there really wasn't any room for him to run.
Another big 3rd down here for the Willmar offense. Schnickels, the receiver, wide to the near side. 2-by-2 with the receivers. Ball in the middle of the field. 3rd and 8 at the Willmar 46. Trevino offset right with Ellingson. Has the snap, fakes the give, keeps himself, finds a crease, has the first down, and more! There goes Jordan Ellingson up the near sideline. The 10-5, touchdown Cardinals! Jordan Ellingson rips off a 54-yard run. Found a little crease, and then we saw his speed.
Yeah, that was the dart play, the quarterback option off of that wrap play that the Cardinals run successfully. So the fake went to Trevino going to the left, and he's blocking the defensive end because the left tackle then is pulling. So he's got to pick up the defensive end that's across from the left tackle, and big Hayden Venegay comes pulling around the right side, picks up a key block for Ellingson to spring him free for that touchdown run.
Yeah, and you told me before, as a good runner, you're looking at the hash, the numbers, and the sideline. And that's when you get to the sideline, that's where the big runs happen.
Exactly, and that's what Jordan did. Great progression as he got around the corner, going from the hash to the numbers to the sideline and into the end zone.
And gone with all that speed. So a 2-point try here for the Cardinals. Here's the fake and the give to Trevino. Ellingson rolling right, and he sees a little crease and scoots it up inside, getting him on the edge with a run-pass option. He's dangerous.
He sure is, and what a great block by Finley Donnell in the right tackle as he was able to seal that defensive end for Chisago Lakes, whose responsibility is to keep the quarterback in contain, and he was able to get his hand on his outside shoulder and get him turned, and Ellingson seeing the opening there and pulling it down and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Cardinals showing life in a big way as they go the length of the field and score and the 2-point conversion for their first score of the game to get to within 20-8. The kickoff in 30 seconds.
Oh, there's a touchdown play.
Shucks. Is that the end zone or the sideline?
This is the end zone. I'm not picking up the sideline for some reason. Just the end zone.
Yep.
So.
Yep. He's over there working on it. You can see him down there.
It's something with the rain cover that goes over the top of that thing.
Yeah. Jordan Ellingson, hiccup quick, as I like to say, and showing his speed there on the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and they found a little something there for the quick quarterback.
Yeah, very decisive, too. When he saw that opening, it was just boom. He just shot right through that thing and outraced everybody to the end zone. Cards
will kick it off now, left to right on the board. 20-8 for Chisago Lakes now. And the ball fell off the tee once, so now they've got a holder. And here's the kick by Durkis, a good one. Drive Chisago back. They'll let it land and kick into the end zone for a touchback. So Chisago Lakes will start at their own 20, the deepest end they've had to start. Gives the Cardinal defense a little more room to play defense, but you don't want that. You want them to keep the field position.
Absolutely. You want the Cardinals to get that 4 and out here and pin them deep or keep them deep in their territory. They're punting into the wind then, and the Cardinals have an opportunity to put another 6 points or 8 points on the board.
5:29 on the halftime clock as Chisago Lakes calling their first play on the sideline, it looks like, as well. Play clock had begun before they broke their huddle. Now they're out and on the football. Lewis is the quarterback, Gavin Lewis, the senior. First start last year was against these Cardinals on October the 14th. Man in motion. Here comes Lewis near side. They press the edge. He keeps it himself. He turns it upfield. He's out across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. 23 yards on that first down run.
That's that true triple option again. We've seen the fullback dive over and over, and now they're going to another facet of their triple option offense, and the quarterback is reading it all the way now. What's the defensive end doing? Is he crashing onto the fullback? Well, I'm going to pull it, and we're going to run that option where I can pitch it to my halfback or keep it myself. 2
plays, 24 and 23 yards. The 24-yarder would have gone for more, but the end zone stopped him. Cardinals need to figure that out a little. Here's a crossbuck, and Green has the ball. Heads to the right side from his left half position, out to the 48, 5 yards on that first down carry.
Wildcats' version of the counter play as the right halfback went in motion to the left to make it look like maybe they were coming with that triple option again, but the left tackle and left guard pulling in the opposite direction, and the quarterback reversing out and giving it to the left half on the counter play.
2nd and 5 at the 48. Chisago Lakes, their own, a give to Lavelle up the middle. He's hog-tied down by the Cardinal defender right there. Short of the first down, 3 yards to make it 3rd and 2.
I think it was Cullen Gregory on the tackle. It's getting a little harder to see. The windows are starting to get a little messed up here with the rain and so on, and getting a little foggy and difficult to make out the numbers.
It is. The aggressive nature of the tackle would indicate Cullen Gregory, though, too. Here we go once again. Men in motion, faking motion, and that's you can't do that, apparently. Or did they draw the Cardinals with that move? We'll see. The right half, or wingback in this situation, kind of faked like he was going to go in motion, and that apparently did draw the Cardinals offside. He made kind of a quick jab step to the left and then reset, and the Cardinals thought the play was happening, and they jumped. So a 5-yard offside, and that gives Chisago Lakes the first down.
Yeah, that's a motion that's used to kind of to see what the defense is doing. How are they adjusting to when you go in motion, and then you just stop and go back to your original position.
2 wingback look again here. And they give to Lavelle on the dive. He stood up. Couple of yards on the play, maybe 3. 2nd down and 7 here.
Cardinals doing a good job of defending the triple option there as they were able to bottle up Lavelle, the fullback, and then the defensive end. I think it was Hayden Venegay on the home side of the field here, had the quarterback wrapped up as well after he was carrying out his fake. So nice job of defending all 3 parts of the option there.
2nd down, call it 8 instead. Green goes in motion. They turn and toss to him, sweeping right. He looks for the corner. Cardinals run him out of bounds near the first down marker. They'll see where they spot it. Looks like at about the 35-yard line, and he should have the first down. I believe he does. Well, hold on a minute. Just short of the first down at the 36. He needed the 35.
And that's one of the difficult things about defending this type of offense, when you pack everybody on the defense inside the tackles or tight ends to try and stop the option game, and then they run the toss sweep and get outside on you.
Yep. Keep drawing them in and then go wide. H-back in motion. A little contact between quarterback and fullback, but he does give the ball to Lavelle in eventuality, and he picks up the first down. Inside the Willmar 35 to the 34. Needed a yard and got 2 was all there, but Lavelle a first down. So 1st and 10 here for Chisago Lakes. They lead at 20-8, 2:53 to play first half. 2 wingbacks and a fullback here, double tight, 1 on each side. Man in motion right to left, they'll turn and toss to him. That's Langevin coming near side. He turns it up along the sideline, dances back inside, creases the 20-yard line of Willmar down to the 18. Give him, or 19, give him 15 yards on that pickup for Langevin.
Well, the Cardinals sure could use a turnover here if they could get the Wildcats to put the ball on the ground. That would obviously be a big benefit for the Cardinals defense.
The Cardinals seem to have solved the fullback dive, but now they've gone wide with it once they started stopping it. H-back left, wing-back right. He's outside the tight end there. Now a man in motion, and then they give it back on the counter play coming near side to Langevin, and he's stood up a yard, we'll call it. 2nd and 9.
Both the Cardinals inside linebackers in that 6-2 alignment doing a really great job of reading that counter and staying home, not chasing the motion guy on the fake toss sweep and scraping over and making the tackle for just a short gain.
Jaden Green back in the game as the left half. Under center. Here's the dive. That's Lavelle. Inside the Willmar 15 down to the 14-yard line. About 4 yards on the pickup there, 3rd and 4.
Really good push by the interior of the Wildcats' offensive line as Lavelle just barreled ahead for 5 yards on just a straight fullback dive. There was no option on that play at all.
3rd down, about, call it 5. Here's a keeper, this time by Lewis, following his fullback. He's inside the 10. That should be first down yardage then. Down to the 8, he picks up 6, and that will be a first down.
Another aspect of the Wildcats option game there, we've seen the fullback dive, we've seen the toss sweep, we've seen the counter, we've seen the actual triple option. Now, this is inside veer now, where the quarterback is just opening up and the fullback is literally going right behind the center on that play.
Here's the turn. Fake the give. Lewis hit this time. He didn't have time to get the pitch away. Good defensive penetration there by the Cardinals.
Great play by the Cardinals defense. That's how the option needs to be played. You saw that Lavelle on the fake. He was being tackled by the defensive tackles and the linebackers. And Hayden Venegay, the defensive end, he's standing there playing his responsibility, which is the quarterback in the triple option. And they had the corner, Matt Moore, covering the pitch guy.
Tackle everyone. And then find out who has the football after that, right, against an offense like this?
Exactly. And a lot of times you'll see defensive coordinators when they're prepping for a triple option team, they'll have the scout offense run the plays without a football. And they'll just put a jersey on everybody that's an eligible ball carrier, and then you got to make sure that they all get tackled, and you don't blow the whistle until they're all tackled. Yeah. And if guys are running down the field, even if they don't have the ball, somebody didn't do their job, and you know exactly what needs to be fixed.
Timeout on the field called by Chisago Lakes. Back in 30 seconds. Ball at the 8-yard line. Goal to go here for Chisago Lakes. Here's the give to Lavelle right side, and he just got kind of tripped up in the backfield a little bit. Managed to get ahead about the 6-yard line. 2 yards for Lavelle.
Looks like the Wildcats had 2 plays called after that timeout. They just have 1 timeout left, and the clock is running.
3rd down now. Here's the keeper again by Lewis, and he's stood up short. Not much even there at about the 5, and it looks like they will spend their final timeout. So it'll be, I think, 4th down and goal at the 5 when we come back in 1 minute.
I think one of their linemen was confused as to where they were on the field. He's going touchdown, and they crossed the 5-yard line. I'm like,
yeah, it's a little optimistic.
A little short.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're down completely. Here we go, 4th down and goal at the 5. No timeouts left. This is it for Chisago Lakes. Cardinals need a big stop. At the 5, Lewis under center. Man in motion. He wants to throw for the first time. Looks over the middle and knocked away by the Cardinal defense. Incomplete. They will take it for downs. Intercepted, coach is saying. And a touchback here that'll get the ball out to the 20-yard line for the Cardinals. Did you see who picked that off?
I think it's Matt Moore on the interception. I didn't see who tipped the ball, but definitely Matt Moore that came up with the interception. And that's a huge stop for the Cardinals because the Wildcats, having deferred and kicking off to start the game, are going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So that stops a potential 14-point swing.
And the Cardinals, I would think at this point, probably conservative. 24 seconds, 1 timeout, 80 yards to go. I wouldn't be at all surprised that we just see a kneel down here by the Cardinal QB. And they are in victory formation with Trevino lined up deep. So they'll just do a little snap here to Ellingson, and he'll kneel on the football, and we will reach the halftime. Our score, Chisago Lakes 20, the Willmar Cardinals 8. We're back with a WM halftime in 3 minutes. think it would help us to wipe off the glass outside?
It might. I can go do that.
I'll do it as soon as we get another break here, since they're gone from their seats. Oh, now they're back. Dang it. Okay.
Hey, it's 34-6 now.
34.
Yeah.
Halftime, a soggy Hodap field. Chisago Lakes the lead by a score of 20-8 here on the Willmar Cardinals. You're listening to Cardinal football, of course, here on KWLM Willmar. A couple of minutes past 8 o'clock. Todd Brigeth and Coach Ken Heitzman on the call for you here, Coach. And, well, it didn't start very good for the Cards. I mean, it did for several plays, and then they had, the unfortunate fumble and turnover and run back for a touchdown. Since then, back and forth, a big defensive stop at the end, and you said it. I mean, they're at the 5, and they get the ball to start the second half. That was a big stop.
It really was, and the Cardinals look like they may have finally kind of figured some stuff out defensively with defending that triple option. They still got a lot to contend with, because when you pack the guys inside to stop that option in the fullback dive, then we saw that the Wildcats went to their toss sweep plays as well and had some success with that. So it's a multifaceted offense, even though they don't throw the football. But that doesn't mean that you have to throw it to be multifaceted, because they're very good and they execute their offensive run game very well.
And that, talented guys running with the football. Lewis and Lavelle are both big guys, too, with speed. You can see that. And Lavelle has the perfect demeanor for a wishbone or wing T fullback, in that, he's just ramrodding it straight forward. And if he finds a crease, he's going to be 7-8 yards deep before you know it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shimmy and shake in his run game. He's just plowing straight ahead at 6'2", 220, using his size advantage. And a lot of times, even when he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, he falls forward for a yard or two.
So for the Cardinals offensively, their game, they're a run football team too, even though they do it out of the spread type of an offense. And boy, it'd be nice to get a little pitch and go with Trevino, but Ellingson showed that when he gets an opportunity to get free, he had that big run for the Cards as well. But still kind of looking to get Romero untracked for more than that 3 to 3.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches are looking at some options in the second half for the Cardinals to get Trevino going in the run game. The Chisago Lakes Wildcats have done a nice job of shutting down the inside zone play. The Cardinals have gone to their wrap play to Trevino and the dart play off of that with Ellingson, and they've had some success with that. They've run the counter a couple of times, and Trevino's been able to bounce it to the outside. So we haven't seen the toss. We did see the option play one time, but that's something they could come back to in the second half as well.
Chisago Lakes leads it. We're at the half. It's 20-8. Coach and I will check the halftime stats on the WM halftime in 3 minutes. Yeah, they started doing food for us here about 3 years ago.
We're so busy talking, we
don't really get to eat it, but it smells good.
It smells wonderful.
Have some.
Oh. Sure.
Hard teller. Does that help this or not? Does that help? I don't know. I don't think it helped very much.
No, not with the rain and the wind coming this direction. It's gotten a lot more crowded in here at halftime.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is, Mom's an elementary principal in our district. So I said, how big of stones do you got to have?
Hard for Vra to do crowd control while he's eating a sandwich, though. It would be more of a gathering control anyway. Okay.
Fredrickson. It is Fredrickson. No. It's got a weird spelling. Good. That's what I've been pronouncing it. I don't want to mispronounce the name.
WM halftime. Chisago Lakes a 20-8 lead here on the Cards. Let's check the first half stats. For Chisago, 28 rushing plays, 182 yards. 15 for 67 for Lavelle, 5 for 53 for Lewis, 5 for 35 for Green, 3 for 27 for Langevin. Lewis and Green had touchdowns. One pass attempt, that was right at the end. Cardinals intercepted it. For the Cardinals, 18 rushing plays, 103 yards, 6 for 68 for Ellingson, and that 54-yard touchdown gallop. 11 for 36 for Trevino. Carlson had one carry, lost a single yard. 1 out of 4 through the air for Ellingson for 18 yards. So 22 plays for the Cardinals and 121 yards in that first half. So, fairly similar yardage, a little bit more for Chisago Lakes. They had that, I was going to say they had an extra possession, but really they scored defensively. So the Cardinals actually had the extra possession there, but we didn't see the ball on the ground. Both teams did a nice job outside of the one play of taking care of the football in that first half.
Yeah, they really did. Other than the snap, that was the only time that the ball was really on the ground by either team. So in spite of the conditions, ball security has not been an issue tonight.
Not at all. I forgot to ask you for penalties and first downs in that first half.
In the first half, the Cardinals with 4 first downs and the Wildcats with 9. And penalties, very clean game so far. Just 1 penalty for 5 yards for the Cardinals and 2 for 10 yards for the Wildcats.
So what do you do here for the Cards? They're down a couple of scores. First thing you have to do is get a stop on that first defensive possession.
That's the big thing, getting a stop from their defense. Again, a 4 and out, obviously, because I shouldn't say that necessarily, because if they're in their own territory, chances are that a 3 and out is what it's going to take. But once they cross that 50-yard line, it's going to take 4 downs to get the ball back. So get that stop first, and then hopefully the Cardinals can get it in good field position, because the Cardinals should have the wind at their back here to start the third quarter. And if they can get the ball at midfield or something, put a drive together and make this a 1-score game.
Let's check a couple of scores around the area. Delighted Spicer rolling it up on St. Cloud Apollo. That's over on the train for you. 34-6. A couple of games the Cardinals would be interested in section play. One of them is St. Peter. They're at home against Marshall. They lead at the end of the first half by a score of 7-0. I would anticipate there'll be a lot of low-scoring games. The other one they're interested in, I don't see anybody updating a score on that. Coach, did you have something?
I don't have anything on the New Ulm Jordan score, but Hutchinson, who also in the section is leading Princeton at halftime 34-0, and then some area scores with ACGC 22-7 over KMS at half. Also at halftime, BBE 34, Long Prairie Grey Eagles 7, and RCW and New Ulm Cathedral 0-0 at the half.
Join us for the football show tomorrow morning. I'll talk with coaches from the area about their games. That's brought to you by Rambo and WM. And after the game with Ryan Phelps after our post-game coverage here tonight. We'll come back. Second half kickoff in 3 minutes. Boy, we're getting foggy in here again. Huh?
Turning bodies and
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is.
You're good. It's like you're 3 again. You got to bundle up your kids.
All right. Teams are back out on the field, getting loosened up before the start of the second half. Thanks for joining us for the WM halftime, as we're just about ready for the second half kickoff. Cardinals will kick it away to Chisago Lakes. And you think there's any chance of an onside kick?
I don't think so.
No.
You know, maybe if they were down, they might have do that. But I don't think they'd onside kick it at this point with a 2-score lead.
Too early yet. Well, we're kicking, aren't we? Doesn't Chisago Lakes
I'm
receive?
sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why I was thinking that. Yeah, kicking with the wind though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a pretty good chance that they'll kick it into the end zone. So they'd be starting at their own 20.
Yeah. The only reason I mentioned is because we've had it pulled on us here.
Correct. Yeah, you're right. You're up, and I was totally confused there for a second about the onside kick. Obviously, so obviously there's always the possibility, but I just don't see it with the wind, especially this strong a wind.
Yeah.
And Durkis being able to put it in the end zone.
He certainly can. So you pin him at the 20. You're trying to get field position. That's all you're trying to get. And if you can stop them in those first 3 or 4 plays, we haven't seen them punt yet, but then we haven't had them on a 4th and 3 situation deeper in their own end. Force them to make that decision on this first drive.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Cardinals defense needs to do. They need to put them in a situation where they can't go for it on 4th down. We've seen Lavelle, the big fullback, even when he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, he's able to fall forward or push forward for an extra yard or 2. So if they're in that 4th and 3 or 4 or 5, then they have to decide, do we risk going for it on 4th down, or do we have to punt it into the wind here?
Yeah. So the Cardinals will kick it away. They'll go from left to right here in the third quarter, north to south, and then Chisago Lakes will receive, but go against the wind here in the third quarter. Cardinals seem to develop an ability to stop the dive as that first half went along, but then Chisago shifted and started to test the edges a little bit more against the Cards. So now you adjust again at halftime, right, and try and slow that down. Then they'll try and shift, but you've got to make sure you still have what you adjusted to ready to go defensively against that as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a chess game, obviously, as the defense adjusts, the offense has to make their adjustments and vice versa. You got to try and figure out what it is that's going to work offensively, what's going to work defensively based on tendencies and alignments and motions and all those different things.
Cards will tee it up. Carter Durkis has it teed up right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Chisago Lakes in white, green, and gold. Cardinals in their gray alternate jerseys tonight. Red pants, their white helmets. 20-8 for Chisago Lakes, and we're just about ready to get the second half underway. On a lovely October evening, I'd be out on the deck barbecuing. Here's the kick, kind of a dribbler, and Chisago Lakes will just cover it. So they decide not to kick it deep. They go with the squib here. Did he slip a little bit and miss it?
I'm not sure if they were thinking maybe they'd squib it just a little bit, and if the Wildcats were kicking it around or they found an open spot that possibly they could get in there and jump on it.
Chisago Lakes will take over, first down and 10. The ball at their own 37-yard line. They do, as do the Cardinals, call their first play with the coach on the sideline and then come right out onto the football. Chisago Lakes is a huddle-up team. So the only time they do this is on that first play of the possession. Here they go, first down and 10, their own 37. Here's the keep by Lewis following the fullback up the middle, and that's that inside veer you're talking about there, Coach? 7 yards.
Yes, it's a midline option or inside veer where the quarterback's just opening up and the fullback's going literally right behind the center. And what they're reading on that play is the defensive tackle instead of the defensive end. And if he widens at all, they give to the fullback. If he crashes, then the quarterback keeps it and follows him through the hole.
Second down and 3 now, out to the 44. Little motion, and then the give to that man. That's Green, Jaden Green off tackle right. He'll pick up the first down out to the 49-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there for Green.
Going back to the plays that they were running in their first series, offensive series, their power to the right side that time with the 2 lead backs, one of them kicking out the defensive end, the other one leading through the hole to pick up the linebacker right around that double team.
First and 10, Chisago Lakes, their own 49. 2 wing backs and the fullback here. And the give up the middle. Lavelle, Cardinals there. Short gain across midfield, but not by much. Couple of yards. Give him 3, second and 7.
Interior of the Cardinals defensive line doing a good job of getting low and making a pile there, and Lavelle not able to dance around that pile. We talked about he doesn't have a lot of wiggle in his run game, and if he had been able to sidestep the pile, he might have picked up some yards, but Cardinals able to get there and make the stop.
At the Cardinal 48 now, Wildcats of Chisago Lakes. Here's the turn and the give. This is Langevin, the right half this time. He came up and got into motion, and they handed him the football, and he hauls it down to the Willmar 48 yards and a first down.
Well, they've run 4 plays so far, and they ran a mid-light option, then they ran power to the right side, then they came back to the fullback dive, and then they ran power to the left side. So that's their offense, and they're executing it at a pretty high level right now.
Keeping the Cardinals guessing as much as they can, and now an official's timeout. Looks like maybe an equipment issue or something here. A Chisago Lakes player runs off to the far side, and comes off the sideline for him. Not sure quite what's going on. One of their linemen, they switched him out. It was an official's timeout, though. Up on the football now. Double tight. H-back left, wing back right, as he's outside the tackle. And then Laval, the fullback. Here's the keeper by Lewis right in behind his fullback again. He dents the Cardinal 35-yard line, call it the 34. 6 yards on the carry there. I'll make it 3rd and 2.
Just another mid-light option there. The Cardinals doing a good job of bottling up Lavelle. We've seen that in the second half. They had kind of figured that out, but now we're seeing the other facets of that triple option with the quarterback Lewis and also the 2 running backs carrying the ball.
Second down, I should say, and 4 to go. They had picked up the first down in the previous play. Lewis again under center. He'll fake the give, keep himself again off tackle right, but the Cardinals ready for him this time. They drop him after a short gain, just a yard, 3rd and 3 now.
Well, ever since their first drive, the Wildcats have gone to this formation exclusively. They have not changed their formation whatsoever. They did some wishbone in that first drive, and now they're in the double tight with 2 wings, but the wings are lining up inside the tight ends. So that gives them the ability to run that power play to the off-tackle position and also still put guys in motion to run the toss, sweep, and option.
Laval, the fullback. And faked to him, or did he give it? No, Lewis, I think, kept it. Kind of hard to tell. He spun out a little bit. He's short of the first down. No gain on the play will make it 4th and a long yard.
Good play by the Cardinals defense. They shut down that midline option as Lewis pulled after faking to Lavelle, going right up the middle. Tried to follow him through there, but the Cardinals defense stopping him short of the first down.
Yeah, had that good penetration, forced him to try and avoid a tackler and skidded in the mud. 4th and a long yard. Quarterback keeper just straight through the middle this time. That one almost looked like, because not all of the linemen for Chisago Lakes fired off at the snap, it almost looked like a quarterback call on that to just keep it.
It could have been, and it looked like it was kind of a first sound type of play as well. Like the cadence was, as soon as the quarterback said the first words, the center was going to snap it and they were going to go, hoping to catch the Cardinals defense off guard.
They did need just a little over a yard, and they picked that up. Down to the Willmar 29 now. First down and 10. Lewis will give to Langeman, coming from the right wing slot. And he's chopped down after a short gain, a couple of yards.
Nice
Call
play.
it 2nd and 8.
Nice play by Cam Champagne, slicing through the line from his nose tackle position and stopping the Wildcats running back for just a short gain.
2nd and 8 now at the Willmar 27. Long drive here time-wise for Chisago Lakes. They've already spent half of the third quarter with the football. Man in motion, they'll turn and toss. Langeman coming near side. He turns it up against the grain inside one Cardinal defender. The rest in pursuit to get there and stop him at about the 21-yard line. Gain on the play of about 6 will make it 3rd down.
Pretty good job by Cardinals cornerback Matt Moore, recognizing that toss sweep and attacking it really hard, keeping his outside leverage, forcing the Wildcat runner to cut it back to the inside where the pursuit comes from.
Now on the ball again on 3rd down and nearly 3. Lewis gives to Laval, the big fullback, straight up the middle. I thought the Cardinals had stopped him initially, but he was able to get off of the initial tackler or two and pick up the first down to the Willmar 18-yard line. Needed a couple and got 3.
Well, the Wildcats just chewing up chunks of yardage here. Not 20, 25-yard gains, but 4, 8, 7, 3 yards at a time,
Yep.
and just eating up the clock too. And obviously that's working against the Cardinals being down 12 points here.
Positive yardage each time. That's been the key for Chisago Lakes. Laval, again, the fullback, about 4 yards behind the QB. He has the football, goes a little wider this time, more out toward the tackle, but an effective play also as he gains yardage down to the Willmar 13, about 5 yards, will make it 2nd and 5.
The Wildcats running a new play there that we haven't seen yet. That's fullback belly is what they call it. The quarterback reverses out, so he's turning to the left and reversing all the way around and handing it off on his right-hand side. The play side guard pulling and kicking out the end, and the fullback running inside of that kick-out block.
Here's Lewis, the give again to Laval through the middle, powering down, some help from his lineman, pushing him forward down to the Willmar 4, 9 yards to make it 1st and goal.
And that's the whole idea behind this offense is just to continue getting positive yards, whether it's 1 yard or 6 yards. They're probably going to go for it in most situations on 4th down if they're close, and they're just grinding up the clock.
Lewis under center. Turn and give Laval right side. Won't get it this time. Might not have gained a single yard here. Good stop by the Cards. No gain. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, really nice job by the left side of the Cardinals defensive line there, getting some penetration, able to get lower, and then the offensive lineman and stop Lavelle for no gain.
Under 5 minutes now to go here, 3rd quarter. One single drive this half so far by Chisago Lakes. If the Cardinals could stop them here, that would be big for them. Goal to go. Here's Lewis, the keeper, right side, and he's in for the touchdown. So just a fake on the dive and then following the fullback in. A couple of big bodies, fullback and quarterback, both well over 200 pounds. And they're able to pound it in 4 yards away and a touchdown for Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis running that midline option play, just opening up to his right, fullback Lavelle going right up behind the center, and then he pulled the ball because the defensive tackle was crashing to stop the dive, and he was able to make it into the end zone. And the Wildcats looking like they're going for 2 here.
Yep, have everybody out there to do just that. They are 1 for 2 so far on 2-point conversions. Now they're in the wing, the wishbone look with the halfbacks behind the fullback. And then they give to Langevin the right half, and he will run it in off the left side for the 2-point conversion. So Chisago Lakes increases their lead against the Cardinals now to 28-8. 4:29 to play third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
Had an unbalanced formation there. Wishbone unbalanced. Had an extra lineman on the left side.
I didn't see that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So 3 linemen,
Yep.
tight end over there.
Sure.
It was just down blocking.
Welcome back. Coach kind of described that was a little something different with that unbalanced line they ran.
Yeah, the first time that they've shown that tonight, instead of having the 2 tight end sets, they had a tight end and a guard on the right side of the formation, and then they had the extra offensive lineman to the left side of the formation lining up in their wishbone backfield, and then they just ran power. Both lead backs kicking out the defensive end and leading on the linebacker, and everybody else down blocking on the play, and Lavelle just kind of waltzes into the end zone there.
Kicking it off now, Chisago Lakes. They lead it 28-8, 4:29 to play here third quarter. A long drive there by Chisago, covering a little more than 7.5 minutes. Kind of a squibber again, and falling, but then getting up and picking it up. The Cardinal return man and comes up the near sideline. Evans finally knocked out of bounds all the way into Chisago territory. Well, I wouldn't say that was the ideal way to do it, to slip down on your hind end with the ball next to you, then not touch it, get up, pick it up, and run it back 25 yards. But it worked.
Yeah, really a heads-up play by Evans there as he stopped the ball and lost his balance, but then he stood up before he picked the ball up. So otherwise, he'd have been called down back at the 25-yard line. So nice job by Evans. Good heads-up play.
Alert, that's right. Didn't touch the ball while he was down on the ground. Waited until he got up. 1st and 10 Cards. Good field position to start the 47 of Chisago Lakes. Ellingson has it. Wants to throw. Looking down the near sideline for Trevino, but the ball hung a little bit and intercepted by Chisago Lakes. And they'll take over after the interception at the Willmar 35-yard line.
Well, the Cardinals going back to the wheel route by Trevino out of the backfield that they completed for about 18 yards in the first half. And the safety for the Wildcats just made a nice read on that play and came over and was able to intercept it.
So Chisago Lakes offense had just run a ton of plays. And now the Cardinal defense is out there again after a single play. Chisago Lakes calling their first play over on the sideline. And then they'll come out on the football. Near side at the 35. On the hash. Cardinals with a whole bunch of linemen in there. 6 of them right up on the line of scrimmage. Only 1 in a 2-point stance. Here's the give to Laval near side, or rather that's Langevin making guys miss. Then he finds the sideline, makes another Cardinal miss, and they'll finally drag him down all the way down to the Cardinal 16-yard line. And 30 would be 45. 49-yard run that time for Langevin.
Really nice run by Langevin there as he was able to step out of a tackle by one of the Cardinal defenders and then break through a couple of other tackles down the sideline before the Cardinals could corral him all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Hard guy to bring down. 6 foot, $1.90. Good speed, Langevin. Again, they're set up. Looks like a wing T with the 2 wing backs, 1 on each side. Here's the fake on the give. Lewis will keep himself inside the Willmar 15 down to the 13, 3 yards on that first down carry.
Well, the Wildcats seem to have found some success with that midline option that they're running, and they're sticking with it. Nothing terribly complicated in what they're doing, but just very efficient and effective in executing their offensive scheme.
Wildcats of Chisago Lakes up on the ball here. Second down, about 6. Lewis gives to Laval up the middle, still on his feet, works to the near side, and stopped at the 1-yard line. Very close. Not quite. 12 yards on the carry there for Laval, and it'll be first and goal at the 1.
One of the things that makes the triple option so difficult to defend is that you can move your defensive linemen around into different gaps, but if they're reading it at the line of scrimmage and calling the play at the line of scrimmage, we'll let this play run here.
At the goal line, just a QB keeper again on the sneak that time and in for the touchdown for Lewis. Go ahead, Coach.
So if they're having success running the outside veer, the way to defend that is to kind of widen your defensive linemen a little bit to try and cover those gaps where they're running the outside veer look. And then when you do that, then they go to the midline veer, and then you got to try and pinch your linemen back to the inside, and then if you start shutting down the fullback and so on, then they can come with that toss sweep because you're packing everybody inside the tight ends or tackles. So it's a difficult offense to defend, and if it's an offense that you only see once a year, it makes it even more difficult.
Yep, that's for sure. They're making you choose inside or outside, spread linemen or don't, and they're going to run whatever you're not defending. Give ear to the halfback and stop short. So the 2-point conversion, no good. But Chisago Lakes on the board once again on the short run by Lewis. They lead it now 34-8, 2:53 to play third quarter, back in 30 seconds.
See how they were running that? They don't even block that guy. That's who they're reading on that midline veer.
They step right around him.
Yep. And then you get a block on the linebacker.
And they're so quick, they're past him by the time he realizes it. 2:53 to play here. Third quarter, Cardinal offense needs to do a little something with this drive. I like that they took a shot there to a playmaker, Trevino, but Chisago Lakes just kind of read it nicely, and their safety made a good play on it. But I didn't mind the first down pass at all.
No, I think that's great that they're taking a shot to try to get a chunk play right away and even possibly score on it. They need some explosive plays here, down 34-8. So they're going to try and continue to try and do that, I would imagine.
Here's the kickoff into the wind. Cardinals are pressing up, so they kick it over their head deep, but it goes out of bounds. So the Cardinals will have the ball first down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. I guess you could make them kick it again, couldn't you? But the 35 is good field position. So
yeah, that's a pretty good spot to be starting from with 2:53 in the quarter here. Wind at your back. The Cardinals need something positive to happen here, whether that's in the run game or the pass game, and just to start putting some positive plays together, picking up some first downs, and hopefully end it with a score.
I liked seeing Ellingson, getting him out on the perimeter with a little run-pass option that worked on the 2-point conversion, and that led to a big touchdown for him as well.
Yeah, it did. And there's a couple different ways they can do that, too.
Ellingson shotgun here. 2-by-2 with the receivers. Trevino, they fake to him. Ellingson keeps himself. He works to the far side. He finds a little crease close to first down yardage. Will kind of depend on the spot, whether he got it or not. They'll give it to him. 10 yards for Jordan Ellingson on a first down.
Nice job by Ellingson running the dart play again, faking to Trevino, and Finley Donald that time pulling from his right tackle position around the left side, picking up a key block and allowing Ellingson to pick up that first down.
First and 10 at the 45. Ellingson with Trevino. 3-by-1 near side. That's the wide side. Ellingson has the snap. He'll fake the give. He'll roll near side. He'll look to throw. Now he does. Back across the middle. Sliding catch made, but was it? The officials, now they say incomplete. We didn't get a call for a while. I don't think the back judge could see it at all, and the side judge wasn't sure. And then they wind up calling it incomplete after I don't think either of them really saw the play, honestly. But
yeah, I'm not quite sure. The official that had the front view of it didn't call it incomplete. The official that was from behind, screened by Schnickels, he makes the call of incomplete.
Yeah, so, well, all right. 2nd and 10. Far side hash. H-back right, Gregory. I think might be Ritz. Here's the give to Trevino, coming to this side. Finds a little corner. Good nifty feet to step inside. Got hit. The ball came out. Cardinals recover. Couple of yards for Trevino. Johnny on the spot. I think it was Burgess there on the recovery. After Trevino got popped. So 3rd and 8 now.
And that's obviously would have been the last thing the Cardinals needed there. It's a good thing that Schnickels was there to jump on the ball when it was put on the ground.
3rd down, 8. Cards at their own 47. Trevino in the backfield. A bunch set near side. Single receiver, far side. Here's the fake on the give. Ellingson keeps it himself, comes to the near side, and not much room. Picks up a couple of yards to the 45. 4th down now coming up.
And I'm sure the Cardinals are going to go for it here on 4th down. Down 34-8. They got to find a way to put some points on the board, and that certainly is going to happen by punting the ball back to the Wildcats.
That's right. 4th and 6. Cards at their own 49. Near side hash. Again, trips near side as well. So looks like a little almost kind of a run package to this side. We'll see. Ellingson, shotgun, has the snap, fakes the give, takes it himself through the middle, has the 1st down and more. Inside the 40, down to the 38. Nice little run there, 13 yards for Jordan Ellingson and a 1st down on 4th down.
Nice job by Ellingson and the Cardinals offensive line keeping this drive going, blocked it up really well up front and allowing him to pick up the yardage for the 1st down.
9 carries, 93 yards for Ellingson, and that includes that loss of 15 on the high snap. Ellingson, shotgun, trip receivers far side. Has the snap, looking to throw. Over the middle, now flushes the pocket near side. And CL in pursuit, they drag him down out of bounds. Stoppage of the clock. Just a yard that time for Jordan. Will make it 2nd and long.
Well, I think the Wildcats defense here is suspecting the pass from the Cardinals, knowing that they're got a big lead. So it's going to be more and more difficult for the Cardinals receivers to get open as they seem to be dropping 7 guys in coverage and only rushing 4 guys.
As we approach the end of the 3rd quarter here, Ellingson, shotgun, 2x2. Trevino in the backfield. He'll give to Romero. He'll pick his way through the middle. Finds a little room there down to the 30-yard line. And looks like it'll be about a yard shy on that, but a 9-yard pickup for Romero. Solid gain there. His 2nd longest tote of the game. He had a 10-yarder on the 2nd play. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score, Chisago Lakes 34, the Willmar Cardinals 8. Cardinals have it. 3rd down and short coming up when we return in 1 minute. Third down, closer to 2 yards here for the Cardinals at just outside the 30-yard line of Chisago Lakes. Obviously, 2 plays to get this here, so we'll see what Coach dials up on this 3rd and short. Gregory, H-back right, Trevino there. Here's the give to Romero, following Gregory, has the first down, still on his feet, dragging tacklers inside the 20, down to the 17, 13 yards on the pickup there for Trevino.
Great job by Trevino and the offensive line there. Trevino being patient, allowing big left tackle Hayden Venegay to pull all the way across the formation and kick out the defender for the Wildcats before he made that cut to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Cardinals on first down and 10 at the 16. Trevino in the backfield. H-back right. Here's the give. Romero through the middle. Finds some room down to the 10-yard line. 6 yards on that first down carry. Romero starting to find a little more room between the tackles here against Chisago Lakes as the game rolls along.
Cardinals running their what they call their wrap play, getting a double team at the point of attack, running that play between the guard and the tackle, the B gap area, pulling the backside tackle on that through the hole to block the linebacker.
2nd and 4 here, ball at the 10. Ellingson ready for the snap. He'll give to Trevino, coming near side, turns it upfield inside the 5. This will make it first down and goal as he battered his way down to about the 4-yard line. 6 yards on that pickup, first and goal.
Well, this has been the best sustained drive that the Cardinals have had the entire game. You know, the other scoring drive was the 64-yard run by Ellingson, so a short drive, only a couple of plays. Cardinals doing a nice job of blocking things up here and continuing this drive.
First and goal at the 4. Ellingson in the shotgun. Trevino behind him. He's been the workhorse on this drive, and he'll get it here. And I don't know, was it a little blitz or something this time? It looked like they had more pressure up front. Dropped for a loss of a yard, 2nd and goal.
Looked like the Wildcats went to multiple defensive man front. They'd been playing a 4-man front all night, but in this short yardage situation, goal line situation, they're down to, looks like 5 defensive linemen, maybe even 6 defensive linemen, causing maybe a little misreads by the Cardinal offensive line.
2-by-2, ball in the middle of the field. Receivers, 2 of them each way. Trevino in the backfield. Fake to him. Ellingson keeps himself, comes to his side. They stretch him out, but he'll score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jordan Ellingson, it looked like they had the angle, but it was the give a leg, take it away, little move there, and the quickness again of Jordan Ellingson coming near side to score from 4 yards out.
Yeah, Jordan doing a really nice job there. The Cardinals running the dart play, which is the counter to the wrap play that they were running. The Wildcats defensive line plugged it up, and he just kept kind of bouncing it to the outside and was able to outrun the Wildcat defenders to the pylon and the touchdown.
2nd touchdown of the game for Jordan Ellingson. Had that long run in the first half. 2-point conversion try here for the Cardinals. And the give to Trevino, did he get there? It was pretty close. Nope, stopped a little short. 2-point conversion try just a bit short, but the Cardinals on the board. 34-14 now, Chisago Lakes. Back with a kickoff in 30 seconds. Ten minutes on the game clock. Cardinals on the board with that touchdown by Ellingson. He seems to have a nice feel when he's running the football for when to bounce it to the outside. It's like he sees the pressure. He's reading it pretty well.
And he does a really nice job of setting up his blocks. You know, he made that play look like he was going to kind of dip it to the inside as one of his blockers was pulling around the corner, and just at the last second, he bounced it to the outside, and that kept that defender to the inside, and his pulling guard was able to block him that way.
Here's the onside kick, but the hands team in there for Chisago Lakes, and Blake Seifert, their one of their split ends. I didn't know they had split ends. They never use them as that. More of a inline blocker, but he covered that nicely, picked up the ball. It was a good kick. It bounced up, which is what you want, but a sure-handed receiver there to make the play for Chisago Lakes, and they'll have it 1st and 10, their own 50.
Yeah, Seaford making the smart play there. As soon as he saw the onside kick, he attacked it.
Yep.
And instead of waiting for the ball to come to him, and he caught it on that upward bounce. And like you said, he didn't even know they had split ends.
Right.
Pretty clean jersey. If you look at all the other guys out on the field right now, they're all pretty dirty. His jersey was pretty clean, so I don't know how much game time he's seen tonight.
Not too much, but he makes a key play there, that's for sure. So 1st and 10 at the 50 here for Chisago Lakes as we're under 10 minutes to play. Lewis turns and gives Laval right in the middle. Couple of yards, maybe 4, let's call it, or 3 to the 47, 2nd and 7.
More of the same from the Chisago offense. It's been effective tonight, and we're going to see a heavy dose of Laval and Lewis, I would imagine, on this drive.
They come up on the football without a huddle. Have they been doing that all night, Coach? Am I missing that?
They have been, and that makes it difficult for the Cardinals to adjust to what they're doing.
They stand there. He gets the play in from the sideline, and they relay it. And at the same time, they take their time there. Here's the give Laval through the middle. The big fullback rumbles into the Cardinals secondary. They'll finally drag him down all the way down at the 17-yard line. So a big gain on the play against the Cardinals there of 25 yards.
Yeah, we've been saying it all night. Laval, he just is a load, and the Cardinals have done a pretty good job of keeping him from getting up ahead of steam until that play, and he showed what he can do once he does get ahead of steam going and picked up big yardage on that play.
127 on the ground for him now. Lewis under center. And they fake that little motion, then give it to Laval up the middle again, and they're just pounding it straight ahead. He hauls it down to the 7, got about 10 yards here. Is it good enough for the first down? It is. 1st and goal now for Chisago Lakes. And this has been the fullback, straight up the middle, since they started with this at their own 50. Or at their own 50, at the 50. 8:25 on the game clock. Lewis, he'll give again to Laval, straight up the middle, down to the 3. 4 more yards on that carry.
Another thing about this type of offense, it can be so demoralizing to a defense.
Yeah.
When you think you made a good play and stopped them for a little or no gain, and you get off the pile and they've picked up 5 yards.
Yeah. Yep. As they did on this particular play. 2nd and goal now at the 3. 7:50 to play. Lewis under center. Give to Laval again. This time they do stack him up. Everybody's pushing to try and move him one way or the other. And nothing worked. Stand him up, 3rd and goal at the 3.
Good job by the Cardinals defense continuing to fight here against this run game of the Wildcats, making a play there and forcing them to hopefully keep them out of the end zone. Yep.
That's right. Give them another chance to leave the ball in the ground. I've been surprising how good with the football Chisago Lakes has been. And that's Lewis. He's really a good ball handler at quarterback. 3rd down and goal at about the 2. Lewis will keep himself this time, follow his big fullback off the right side, and he's in for the touchdown. Lewis's 3rd score of the game, just a 2-yard plunge here, and Chisago Lakes is into the end zone. That's his 4th touchdown of the game.
Well, the Wildcats riding Lavel's legs all the way down to the goal line, and then on that scoring play, faking it to Lavel, and Lewis reading the defensive tackle on that midline option, seeing that the D tackle crashing on the dive guy, pulls it and follows him into the end zone for the score.
His 4th of the game, as I referenced. We'll get a 2-point try once again here from Chisago. It's awfully hard to kick the football tonight. They tried it on their first. It didn't go very well. So they've gone for 2 since. Lewis again under center. He'll keep himself, work to the near side, and in for the 2-point conversion. So Chisago Lakes increases their lead over the Willmar Cardinals now to 42-14. 6:59 to go. We're back in a minute and 30 seconds. Well, shucks. (42-14) now for Chisago Lakes. If you're the Cardinals, you just want to see your guys finish. Just finish the game. You know, play hard to the end. It's not over yet. You've still got 7 minutes to play. Use it.
Absolutely. You want these guys playing hard in every single play, and if you're not, you know, then you're increasing the chance of getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know, because the guys on the other team are going to be playing hard, so you have to continue to play hard until that final whistle, no matter what.
Yep. Kicking it away, Chisago Lakes. Cardinals will receive to our right, go to the left here. And the kickoff away. And over the Cardinal return man's head and into the end zone for the touchback. Cardinals will take over first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Short week coming up at Totino Grace in Fridley, Minnesota. Coming up on Wednesday. Coach and I will be there for the regular season finale. Then the playoffs the following Tuesday. If you win there, then you play that Saturday. So short week football coming up for the state of Minnesota. As we head toward the end of the regular season. It goes fast.
Yeah, and sometimes in a situation like this, that's the best thing that you can have happen to you. You just forget this one. We got 2 days. We can't think about it. We got to get ready for Totino Grace, who's going to be a tough opponent as well.
Yep, that's right. Here come the Cards. Up on the football. Did we have a switch here, Coach, in QB? Here's the handoff inside. I think we've got a lot of fresh bodies on the field now for the Cardinals. Did we see who the new quarterback is, Coach?
I think it's number 19,
Briar
Schuett at quarterback.
All right. I don't have him on my roster.
Not sure who took the handoff there. It's when the Cardinals have their backs to us, it's easy to see their numbers with these gray uniforms. But when they're facing us, it's a little more difficult. I can't see who's in at running back right now.
It's not as big as Conlon, so I don't think it's him. Here's the keeper this time by Schuett, and he'll be stopped for no gain on the play.
And I think we're going to have a personal foul call on Chisago Lakes. A little extracurriculars going on down there.
Oh, we don't want to see that. Let's get through this without that. I'm seeing a lot of white jerseys out there for Chisago Lakes as well, meaning obviously they haven't been playing. And they're still talking over the penalty here.
I think the ball carrier on both those plays was Rene Vallejo Jr.
He wears 33.
Try to get some of the numbers of the other Cardinals offensive guys that are in the game. We got number 73, Jake Heisinger, in on at one of the offensive line positions.
6:08 to go here. It's not that easy to see their numbers through this water in front of us either on the glass. That doesn't make it any easier.
Number 56, Rolando Menchaca, in the game at one of the offensive line positions as well.
I think I saw 83 Hernandez out there, didn't I, Coach, as a receiver? Could be wrong. Here's the give to Vallejo off the left side. Rene Vallejo Jr. working forward a couple of yards here. We'll make it third down and about 8 or 9.
Also have Tristan Beam in the game, number 50, 6'2", 193-pound junior. Looks like 68. Also, James Dickman, 6'3", 220-pound sophomore.
66 on the line, Gianluca Alvarez in the game as well for the Cards, just a sophomore. Schuett gives to Vallejo off the left side. And another yard or so will make it, give him 2, 3rd and 6 coming up.
Try to get these other receivers for the Cardinals that are also in the game. It's hard to see them on the far side of the field. The ones that are closest to us, we've been able to pick their numbers up, but not the guys on the other side. I think it could be number 89, Gibson Horiza.
Here come the Cards up on the football. Yep, it's 89 on the far side. I did see his back there.
And I think we have number 21, Juan Lomas, in the game as well.
Shuett fakes the give, keeps himself, wants to come near side, but slips down. That'll make it 4th and long. Loss of a couple. 4:15 to play. 4th and 8 here for the Cards. And they will run the punt team out there. And it looks like it'll be for the Cardinals, Carter Durkis doing the punting here. Gregory normally has been the punter, but that's Durkis out there this time doing the punting. Wearing 24. And he'll await the snap. Touch high, but he retreats and makes the catch, and then hits a good punt. Ball lands at about the 45, but unfortunately no luck on the bounce. It went straight sideways and out of bounds. Chisago Lakes will take over at their own 43. 3:34 to play in the ball game. We'll see if Chisago Lakes starts to come in with some new players as well. I would imagine they will. They'll call that first play over on the sideline and then come out from there. 1st and 10, their own 43 on the near side hash. More defenders in for the Cardinals too, Coach.
Yeah, a couple of different defenders into the game. We'll try to get as many as we can. We got number 54, Marcus Uthout Martinez in the game, playing defensive line. Number 73, Jake Heisinger playing defensive line. Noah Sawi, he's been playing throughout the game at defensive line. He's also in there right now.
Here comes Chisago Lakes. Cardinals with a whole passel of defensive linemen in there. Marcus Uthout Martinez is in there as well, 54 at one of the defensive tackles. So when you have 6 down linemen, are there like 4 defensive tackles then?
You're trying to cover everybody because in the double tight formations, they've got guards, tackles, tight ends. So with the 6 down linemen, you're covering everybody up except for the center. So that's what they're trying to do.
Timeout now on the field. We'll take one as well. Back in a minute. Welcome back. First carry here, new players in for Chisago Lakes. Number 8, Levine, the ball carrier there. He got about 6 yards. New quarterback in the game as well. Number 3, Joe Froberg, junior QB.
Conlon Carlson playing safety for the Cardinals right now. Also in the game, number 87, Jacob Peterson playing defensive line.
Now into that wishbone look here for Chisago Lakes on 2nd and 4. And they give to the right half off the left side, and he'll have first down yardage. That's 28, Emmett Hahn, the ball carrier, down to the Willmar 43-yard line, so 8 yards on the pickup. First down carry there for Chisago Lakes. They come up on the football again quickly, down to the Cardinal 44, hustling over to the sideline to get the play. It's the quarterback Froberg, who running his first series here, 2.5 minutes to play. He'll turn and give his left half, coming into the line of scrimmage this time, and picked up about 3 yards down to the 45. That's number 38, Braxton Bender-Elke, the ball carrier.
Well, the Wildcats getting back up on the line of scrimmage, ready to go. The only thing that's slowing them down a little bit is instead of signaling the plays in, Froberg's running to the sideline and getting the plays and then jogging back in to run them.
Second down, about 6. Just short to the Willmar 40-yard line. Here's the give off the left side. And I think that's 28 Hahn.
I think it's 25.
Is it 25?
Yep, Xavier Taylor, I think, on that carry.
25 Taylor, a couple of yards.
Nice tackle by number 12, Matthew Kaler, for the Cardinals on the play.
I wonder if it was 25 on that other one. I thought it was 28. Certainly could be. Up on the football. Third down, 4 here. And, again, over to the sideline for the play. And then coming back on the field is Froberg. Halfbacks in wingback set this time. Man in motion, that's Taylor. He'll get it as the Jets sweep around. Turned it back upfield, slipped a bit, so he's short. Needed 5, got 3, 4th down now.
Well, nice opportunity for some of these backups for the Cardinals to get in the game and get a little game experience.
Final minute of play now on 4th down here. Wishbone look. Quarterback Froberg under center, and they turn and hand it off, and a first down here again for Taylor. Off the left side, got about 6 yards. And don't believe that Chisago Lakes will need to run any more plays. They don't have to. 17 on the game clock and 25 on the play clock, and does not appear as though they're going to run one more play, as Froberg will have his linemen stand up. The players are shaking hands, and that's your ball game. Final score, Chisago Lakes 42, the Willmar Cardinals 14. Back with a post game in 3 minutes. The first Ellingson run, obviously, for our sweetest play. No, it's been a long time. Yeah, I know. It's been a long time. Okay. Ooh, my.
Still in the third quarter.
Well, Marshall beats St. Peter, but I don't think it's going to matter now. Welcome back. Chisago Lakes winners here tonight by a final score of 42-14. And, Coach, you know the point you made about the fact that not only is it an offense that, despite small variations to it, they make a big difference, but you don't only see it the one time a year, and that also makes a difference. You don't just get enough work against it. It's probably a difficult offense to replicate in practice all week, too.
It really is. Trying to get your scout team players to run a triple option as efficiently as a varsity opponent does is always difficult.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what kind of offense you're preparing for. But this type makes it even more difficult because of the ball handling skills and the fakes and the reads on it. And, you know, you try and teach your scout team quarterback, well, if the D tackle does this, then keep it. And if he does this, then give it. And if he does that, then pitch it. And, you know, so a lot of it there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. And when you only see it one time a year, that type of option offense one time a year, it's extremely difficult to prep for it.
There was a few pitches by Chisago Lakes tonight, but for the most part, it was a handoff offense. Is that a little different, and the weather kind of dictate that a bit?
That's a part of it, and I would imagine that's a big part of it tonight, that they wanted to eliminate the possibility of an errant pitch or dropping a pitch and that kind of thing. But, you know, they had a lot of success running just two aspects of the triple option, the fullback dive and then the quarterback keep, that there really was no need to even risk trying to use the pitch.
Yeah. You referenced Lewis's ball handling. He was very good at it. There's a lot to it. That's an underrated skill for a quarterback in that type of an offense.
It really is, and, you know, with them going no huddle, the defense has to get themselves ready and lined up, and then the quarterback can just see it, and the coaches can see where the defensive line is lined up, and if the defensive line is widened out a little bit, boom, they're going to hit you with that midline option, and then if the defensive line closes in a little bit to take away that midline option, then they're going to run the outside veer, or they're going to run the toss sweep. So it's just really difficult, and especially when it's a no huddle like that, when they can see where you're lined up, because you have to get lined up and prepped, ready to go, because the offense is there. That makes it even harder to defend.
Who's making the calls defensively when they come up to the line of scrimmage? And although they ran the same pre-snap look so frequently, I don't know what you would even call. You're looking for some kind of a read from them. They're not giving it to you much.
They're really not. About the only thing that you could call, since they were basically in the same formation the entire night, was is there some type of tendency with the plays they're running based on motion? Because it's a balanced formation. You had double tights. You had a tight end on each side. You had a wing back on each side, and the fullback was right behind the quarterback. So it's a completely balanced formation. So you got to balance up your defense to it. You got to make sure you got enough guys on each side of the line of scrimmage, or on each side of the football, to defend that half of the field, and that just it makes it really, really hard. There's not a lot of calls that you can make to try and defend that.
Positives tonight for the Cardinals. Coach, what did you see out there from them tonight that you liked? I know it's 42-14, but in situations like that, you're looking for things to keep guys moving forward, and sometimes they need a pat as well as a little conk on the head.
Well, I think you're gonna look at the first drive of the Cardinals, that unfortunately ended with an errant snap, but they were moving the football. They had 3 first downs on that drive, and they were using both the run game and the pass game to move the football. And then the scoring drive in the third quarter as well, and that was the sustained drive they went down the field and scored. You also have to be excited about the explosive playability of Jordan Ellingson in the run game.
Yep, that's for sure. That rip he had down the sideline, we'll hear that coming up here in just a minute. Let's check the stats for you from tonight's game. For Chisago Lakes, they wound up with 59 rushing plays for 382 yards. They threw just one pass, and that was intercepted. So 60 plays for 382 yards. Laval, the big fullback, 26 for 141. So I think that may have put him over 1,000 yards on the season. It did. 14 for 80 for Lewis, 7 for 92 for Langevin, 6 for 40 for Green, 4 for 19 for Taylor there at the end, and then a couple of other players had a single carry. For the Cardinals, 36 rushing plays for 170 yards, and a nice average, nearly 5 yards per carry on the ground for the Cardinals tonight, Coach.
Yeah, so the run game looked efficient. It really did. They did a nice job of opening some holes for Trevino, in especially running the complementary plays of wrap and dart. Those seem to be the most successful plays for the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah. Individually, 17 for 71 for Trevino, 11 for 98 for Ellingson. And remember, that includes a 15-yard loss when the ball was snapped over his head, or he would have had over 100 yards. And then Vallejo, Carlson, and Schuett got a few carries there toward the end. Through the air, just 1 of 6 for 18 yards and 1 interception. So 42 plays for the Cardinals for 188 yards. First downs and penalties, Coach.
In the first down department, the Cardinals had 8 first downs on the night, and Chisago Lakes had 19. And that's part of their ball control offense.
Yeah.
I do like how the Cardinals, defended. We would say, well, what do you like about giving up 42 points? Well, they only had 1 explosive play.
Yeah.
The long run on that last scoring drive by the fullback LaBelle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they had some nice runs, in that 10-yard range, but there were no big explosive plays that they gave up to the Chisago Lakes offense. They had to earn every yard that they got.
Yep, that's right.
And the penalties, the Cardinals had 1 penalty for 5 yards, and the Wildcats 3 penalties for 25. The Cardinals had 2 turnovers, and the Wildcats did not turn the ball over.
Yeah, so cleanly played game there in terms of the penalties for the Cardinals, certainly here tonight. Let's recap the scoring and bring you our post-game highlights as well. 20-0 through early second quarter in favor of Chisago Lakes. They had the 65-yard fumble return for a touchdown. He actually ran with it about 50 yards. Green had a touchdown run. Lewis as well from 24 yards, the first of his 4. And then the Cardinals had their first touchdown, and that is our Southern Minnesota Beet Sugar Cooperative's sweetest play of the game. Yes, I'll call for it.
There's still pork buns,
Okay.
barbecue sauce, and stuff there.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Hal.
Still food, though. Still hot. Food is still hot. Okay?
Offset right with Ellingson. Has the snap, makes the give, keeps himself, finds a crease, has the first down, and more. There goes Jordan Ellingson up the near sideline. The 10-5 touchdown Cardinals. Jordan Ellingson rips off a 54-yard run. Found a little crease, and then we saw his speed.
Yeah, that was the dart play, the quarterback option off of that wrap play that the Cardinals run successfully. So the fake went to Trevino going to the left. If he's blocking the defensive end, because the left tackle then is pulling, so he's got to pick up the defensive end that's across from the left tackle. And big Hayden Benegay comes pulling around the right side, picks up a key block for Ellingson to spring him free for that touchdown run.
54 yards on that, Coach, and well blocked, and then he reads it well, and you referenced that earlier. He's setting up his blocks nicely, just a sophomore QB, so already showing some advanced skills for reading defenses and setting up blockers.
Yeah, really nice job on both of his touchdown runs of kind of dipping to the inside just a little bit, making the defense think that's where he was going to run the ball, and then bouncing it outside. That also makes it easier for your linemen to block the defenders as well, because the defender has to commit to where the runner might go, and then they can just pin him to the inside.
So that made the score then 20-8. That was the halftime score. Then Lewis, a 4-yard run and a 1-yard run for touchdowns, the only scoring of the third quarter. It was 34-8. And then Ellingson, his second touchdown run of the game. 2-2, ball in the middle of the field. Trevino in the backfield. Fake to him. Ellingson keeps himself, comes through side. They stretch him out, but he'll score. Touchdown Cardinals. Jordan Ellingson, it looked like they And then one more touchdown for Chisago Lakes to finish up the game, and they were winners tonight, 42-14 for Chisago. With that win, they move now to 5-2 on the season, and they will finish up at home against North St. Paul on Wednesday night. They'll play a 6:00 game there. For the Cardinals, they're now 1-6 on the year. They'll be in Fridley against Totino Grace coming up on Wednesday night. Coach and I will have the call for you on that ball game. That's a 7:00 game. Rambo pregame coverage at 6:40. Well, Coach, not every night is a win. Not every season is a winning season. But there's lessons learned and growth made by every team during the course of the year. You just have to find that, emphasize it, and keep moving forward.
Yeah, you really do. And I've said this multiple times that your next opponent doesn't care what happened to you the previous game. So Totino Grace, they've got a tough game tonight too. They're playing the number 2 ranked team in the state at Orono, and they might end up with a loss as well. So you've got to prepare no matter what, whether you're winning or losing. The next game is your most important preparation.
See you on Wednesday night.
Hey, looking forward to it.
You bet. Thanks to Steve Friedline for doing a great job, as he always does, as well, back at our Game Night studios. Final score once again, Chisago Lakes 42, the Willmar Cardinals 14. From Hodap Field for News Talk 1340 and 96.3 FM KWLM Sports. I'm Todd Brigeth. Bye-bye. So long. Thanks, Steve. You want my stats again?
If you could, just double check everything I have. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, talk to you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
Just grab your headset. I'll pick up the rest of the stuff, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that was one of the games that no one was reporting scores on, was Totino Grace and Warren.
Yeah, you got to have someone doing it.